So now when you go to the community website, and Alex will put the link in the chat, you are able to go to the data visualization gallery. Every day, someone is posting a new data visualization in the gallery. You can vote for it. We are going to distribute maybe goodies in the future for people that have a lot of vote with their visualization inside the gallery. It was something we wanted to launch for maybe multiple years, and we are really happy today to launch it. So please go visit, vote for the data visualization you like, and you will be able to download the workbook from each visualization in the future. Also, one thing to know, if you click on the data visualization, at the top you have a status. If it's written data visualization, fine, they just submitted the workbook. If it's in blue and you have live gallery, you can click on it, connect to Oracle Analytics, and interact, sorry, with the data visualization. So maybe already 50 of them, you can use them and interact with them. On the next slide, I wanted also to speak really quickly about the ID Lab. When you create a data visualization, a lot of you say, I would like to have a funnel data visualization type, or I would like to have a Gantt chart, or this type of things. So remember, you can go to the community, you can submit your ID in our ID lab. We have right now, I think, thousands of IDs. The product management team and product strategy team, every month we are reviewing all these IDs. And if some IDs are getting enough vote by you, the community, then we integrate these IDs into the product roadmap, which means they are going to be developed and delivered in the near future. So some of them have been developed really recently. Someone say, we would like to see a gauge chart. And I think it was like 6 months ago. And it has been developed and released with a March release. So again, thank you so much for all your ideas. In the future, we will pick up the best people that provided some good ideas. And same thing, we will send goodies, we will celebrate them during a webinar. So again, thank you very much. And I think it's back to you, Alex.
Yes, thank you, Ben. So one last thing I wanted to touch on quickly are the product roadmaps. The product roadmaps are updated on the community site quarterly, and you can access them simply, you can see here on the video, and you're able to download them directly so you can review them. If you have any ideas that you'd like Ben mentioned, added to the roadmap, you can also find the links here on this page as well to access them. The last thing I want to mention, I know a lot of you come here today to see the product roadmap, to see demos on the new features. Well, we've created a separate webinar entirely for that so we can do a nice deep dive into those features for you and really spend the time to cover those. So we have these as well. They're quarterly. They coincide with when the product roadmaps are put out. So either the same month or the month after, the PMs will come on. They'll discuss in detail. They'll give you an overview, a demo. You can ask questions directly on there. So we have an OAC one coming up on April 25th and an FDI one on May 1st. You can find these and all of our other events on the Oracle Analytics community website through the events page. You'll just have to go and search through there. We post them as they come up. I'm going to put the links for where you'll actually want to register. You'll actually want to click the register button here. It will take you to Zoom to put in your email. And I'll pop those in the chat. We look forward to seeing you there. Again, that's the place to go for all your roadmap updates and demos going forward. Okay, let's get over to the data visualization challenge. We have Maddie here. She set this up. She did a wonderful job putting this all together. So I want to invite her to come on and share about the data visualization challenge and showcase our winners for us. Hey, Maddie.
Thank you so much, Alex. And I'm going to hand promptly over to Ben to say a couple words while I'm getting my slides together.
Perfect. I wanted to say two things. So first, everyone, you need to know that this challenge was really important for the executive VP of Analytics, TK Anand. He put a lot of effort to allow the analytic team and organization to launch that, including budget and everything that is going with that. So thank you to TK Anand for that. And then I wanted to put like a huge thank you to Maddie, which is with us today. You don't know, but behind the scene, Maddie has been completing a business plan, a project plan of maybe 150 tasks for just like in short, maybe 2, 3 months. So Maddie has been like the orchestrator, the lead for the data visualization challenge. It's the first time we launched that at Oracle. So it's a big, big, big thing for us. And thank you so much, Maddie, for your work. We know it has been a very, very challenging one, and we thank you for your work.
Oh, well, that's very sweet, Ben, and thank you for everything. I really want to pass on those thank you and the congratulations to the people that we'll be speaking about today, who are our fabulous winners. But ultimately, it's not just our winners that we want to celebrate on this call today. We also want to celebrate all of you who have provided the visualizations that we've seen come in from this competition. So before we properly get started, Alex, I believe I've got a poll just to ask people on the call if they did participate. Which would
Let
be
me pull that
great.
up for you.
Fabulous. And just while we're pulling that up, I'll give everyone a bit of context. So we've seen data visualization challenges launched elsewhere in the analytics community, but specifically within different user groups and potentially limited to one region. And so we wanted to pull together really the global community for Oracle Analytics across our customers, partners, internal employees. And we were even really glad to see during this competition that we had people that had never used OAC before joining in and getting involved to play around with OAC and see what they can create. And I must say, all of the visualizations, the data visualizations that we received were just brimming with talent, creativity, and expertise when it comes to data and analytics. So we were really grateful for all of those. And I've included a screenshot of the data visualization gallery, which is where many of those now sit. Today, we're going to talk about the 15 winners that we have across both our community, being comprised of customers, partners, potentially students, and then also our Oracle Analytics employees. So we're going to talk a little bit and hear about some of the visualizations that have been submitted. I'm just going to have a look at that poll, and we can see that actually 29% of you could participate, and a good number of people that didn't participate is because they didn't know about it. So we hope to see you next year. Excellent. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our winners in a second. I've got 5 winners that I'm going to announce live on call today that don't actually know their winners yet. And then we're going to move through into our top 5 for our community winners who are actually on the call with me today, and we'll be showing you a little bit of their data visualization and talking to you about that process. So we're going to start with those announcing winners. We're then going to move into our community winner top 5, and our 5 Oracle winners will be rounding off the show. So really, this is going to be a jam-packed session full of lots of different visualizations for you to get your teeth into. So without further ado, let me get started. Let's jump in to our top 10 community winners. I'm going to kick off with Devasmita Das from Accenture, who has provided this excellent life science patients dashboard, which is aiming to help medical practitioners and leaders keep track of patients' medical conditions and information and identify gaps in healthcare services and systems. Our judges really were captivated by the elegance and clarity of her dashboard, and especially her very intentional chart selection. So we were really, really proud of this visualization. I'm going to move through into our second winner that doesn't know they're a winner today, and that is Soumya Ranganathan from One Globe. The judges really enjoyed the bright colours she incorporated, the variety of charts, and the blocky design of her dashboards, which clearly gave the readers insight into key areas such as profitable product lines, important customer segments, and sales trends over time. Congratulations to Soumya. Moving through to Husefa from Stantec, we must say that we were blown away by your sales overview dashboard, especially in how you extracted key metrics and brought them to focus right at the top of your dashboard before moving into the real depth in the body of your visualization. We really appreciated the incorporation of natural language and a textual visualization to the left-hand side, which provided a bit of extra depth for your business readers who are obviously making decisions on the go. Thank you to Husefa. Moving through into another one of our winners, we have James Lamotti from Prudential Bank, who provided this incredible visualization this time looking at safety and security of cities. This is a visualization aimed at law enforcement and policymakers trying to help make our streets safer, and therefore pulled in information on crime patterns, high-risk locations, and temporal fluctuations. The judges also especially loved the use of color and images to add authenticity and authority to the report in a very intentional way. And our final winner that I'm going to announce on call live is Philip Godfrey from Vertice, who provided a lovely selection of dashboards, one of which I've showcased here, looking into the racing simulator and providing performance updates to our drivers. Phil incorporated both analytics and ML and AI to provide visualizations around the power and control metrics that drivers could have access to in order to improve their performance down the line. So analysis, design, and functionality all in one. To those 5 winners, I want to say a huge congratulations and a thank you for all the work you put in. We're really excited to be showcasing your visualizations, and you'll have some mails from me with some little digital goodies in the next 24 hours. But for now, let's jump through into our top 5 top scorers from the entire community competition. I'm really excited to be about to invite Dan, Carlos, Michael, Kaliraj, and Shravani to join me on the call and show us a little bit of their data visualizations. And I'm going to start off with the wonderful Dan. Dan, are you on the Zoom with me today?
Hi, Maddie. Yes, I am.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to hand over to you in just a second, but I'd love to ask you, as a first-time OAC user who's used to using Tableau, were there any features of OAC that you were pleasantly surprised by?
Yeah, definitely. So, as Maddie said, I'm a brand new user to OAC. This was my first project in Oracle Analytics Cloud. And one thing I was definitely surprised with was the ability to customize UX and colors, images. A big part of this project was storytelling, walking the user through our insights to come to what we considered was a good conclusion on how the management department could address the issues that we found. So the ability to use the nav buttons on the side there, as you saw just now in the video recording, was huge. And then also the ability to customize date functions and combine them with the parameters to adjust the granularity of the data that you're looking at. So all of these were definitely positive surprises for me coming into OAC from Tableau. So, because that's where a lot of my expertise is in Tableau. And then overall, just the ease of chart building. It's really user-friendly, very friendly for new users, very easy to just jump in and start building things with data. So overall, it was just a fantastic experience and can't wait to learn more and to dive in deeper into Oracle Analytics Cloud.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Dan. We really, really valued seeing your visualization, and having that feedback is really valuable to us as a team. So thank you to the group at Playfair Data as well for joining in this challenge. And we're excited to have you as part of our community going forward.
Absolutely. Thank you, Maddie.
Fabulous. Thanks, Dan. I'm going to jump forward to welcome Shravani Ravi to the Zoom. Shravani, have I got you on?
Yes. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Shravani. Excellent. For the audience's benefit, Shravani is one of our valued HCM analytics partners. Am I considering that? Am I mentioning that right? Excellent. Shravani has created this phenomenal and very impactful visualization around wildfires. Shravani, I wonder if you could give the audience a bit of context about what you were looking at and some of the features you incorporated.
From this slide, I have used Marimaki visualization against the location and incidents, where it is showing the how much percentage of location is getting impacted. When it comes to aerial view, we have used Oracle BI Maps functionality as a background. I don't want to add a picture over here, so I used the map as a background, which is also an interactive one, where it is having a data filter functionality with a slider format. And over here, it is on a play mode. So it will directly impact all the other filter connected to the visualizations and then reflect the data. And the other functionality which I want to discuss is about the prediction, where it is going to predict using use statistics, which is the FDI capability given over here, where it is going to predict the next 6 years of impact, how it is going to be. So it will be very useful for people to analyze how it is going to be the trend for the next 6 years.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Ravani. I think those are really some of the features that the judges found very compelling. I think just the use of color to bring people in as well, and the variety of charts you used, as well as having that description and breakdown throughout your work. Thank you so much for your submission, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now I'm going to call on a caller in from Spain. Carlos, are you with us today?
Yes, hi everyone.
Hi, Carlos. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you've created a fabulous Formula One themed visualization. I'd love to just start you off by asking, how have you designed your visualization to allow for the audience to interact with it?
Okay, so when we were reviewing the Formula One data that was provided as part of the challenge, we knew that we wanted to do something related to it, but also with some more data. So that's why we chose to download a public data set that had loads of Formula One data. Then when cleaning the data and analyzing the possible use cases, we came with this face-to-face idea. This way we could showcase some key performance metrics from the Formula One drivers, but also let the user choose the drivers and present this as a face-off, kind of evoking this competitive essence of the Formula One. So the visualization itself is really easy to navigate. You only need to select the drivers using the drop downs in the top sides, and everything else will be updated accordingly. The first visible change, not in this version though, is that the portraits will match the chosen drivers thanks to the use of visibility parameters. Then between the portraits, there is a series of tiles that showcase some base metrics that are compared between the drivers, such as the number of wins for each one, the average points scored, or the contribution percentage to their team. But if you want more detail, you can scroll down and you will see several more visualizations. For example, the first one is a butterfly chart with the number of times the drivers have hit each position, grouped by construction. And by the way, we have chosen the color of the constructor to match as closely as possible to the real colors, so they are easier to identify. Then you can see a line chart that shows the points scored by each driver through the years, displaying some kind of visual evolution of the driver and showing the different constructors they have worked with. And last but not least, two radar charts located in the sides of this line chart that offer the detailed analysis on each driver's impact to the constructors they have worked with during their career. Here you can also check if the driver changed constructor in the middle of a season, and there is even a reference line that marks the 50% of contribution, so you can check if the driver has scored more or less points than their constructor partner during each given season. As a final note, all of these detailed visuals are accompanied by a custom tooltip that shows the insight in a clear and easy way to understand. So when you hover the mouse over it, you can see exactly the data that is being shown.
Fabulous. Carlos, thank you so much for talking us through it. It really is a very, very insightful dashboard that's super easy to use and lovely with the interaction. Great to hear your use of parameters as well. We really appreciate all of the effort that you guys put into this. So thank you very much for joining us today. Excellent. Now I'm going to move through into a healthcare themed win with Kaliraj Ramu. Kaliraj, are you with us on the call today?
Yeah, hello. Yes.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us. So I think the audience can see immediately that you've used a really interesting combination of color and icons to bring some visualizations to life Could you give the audience a little bit of detail around some of the customizations you used for this and some of the insights that the audience can get from your visualization?
Yeah, it is definitely. Hello everyone. It's a wonderful moment to stand here as one of the winner of this challenge. So talking about this visual, and you can see I have used the ambulance. The color scheme of this dashboard is inspired by the ambulance light. So it's basically it's designed to analyze and monitor adverse side effects and helping healthcare professional to make a data-driven decision that enhance patient safety. So here I have done some level of customization. Here you can see if you look at the graph, the pill and the syringe form of capsules that I captured to basically show. So these are the two vaccine and the syringe vaccine and the 4 capsules. And if you look at the horizontal bar, it basically shows the mortality rates across the genders, and also the map also shows the mortality rates across genders. And area graphs is basically it shows the doses taken from 2018, and after that, the right side the area graph shows the adverse effect that is reported from 2021. And the one more thing at the top of my dashboard, you can see the KPI images. So it's all images. I have used multiple layers to form those containers, basically putting all the different images, text boxes, and tiles and all those stuffs over here. So that's all I had, and so thank you for this opportunity, and I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to everyone who all are participant in this challenge, and the organization, the judges, and so thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kairaj. It's been so great to see the creativity and the customization that you brought into this visualization. It's such an impressive piece of work, and we're really grateful to be able to showcase it today. Thank you.
Thanks.
Excellent. I'm going to jump over to Michael from KPMG. Michael, are you on the Zoom?
Hey, Maddie. Hey, everyone up here. I can't seem to get the camera working. Is that okay?
We can do our best to make it work without, but Alex, if you could do a little bit of behind the scenes checking, that would be amazing. Michael, thankfully your visualization is, I'm sure, enough visuals for us today. You've told a really interesting story with your project. Oh, there we go. Fabulous. Would you mind talking the audience through your subject and potentially sharing a few of the insights you've integrated along the way?
Yeah, sure. So my topic is NBA data, right? Basketball. I've been a fan of this team, the Houston Rockets, since I was a kid. And the premise was to show how over the course of 6 seasons, this team changed not only the way they play, but also in turn influenced the league and the style of offense that occurs. So the data is really granular. It's per shot data for every player on the team across those seasons. So you can imagine how to distill that, right? So as this scrolls, the idea was to do this in maybe 3 chunks in a hope that it's digestible to fans of basketball and folks that, are just kind of casual about it. So at the top, I just used some graphs. And for example, in the top right, the idea was just to show, hey, in the red is the Rockets' 3-point attempts. And in the white is the league average. And just to show that disparity, right, really clear. And along the way, I included text boxes to just guide the user as they scroll down, right? I think it's easy as an analyst to say, oh, I understand the data, this graph makes sense to me, but language, goes a long way to explaining it. Towards this middle section, I'll call out this pictograph, and each block represents 100 shots, right? So really, really dense data. And the thought there was to show users how over the course of several seasons, the team effectively eliminated shots that were in the mid-range of the basket. And why the team did that is there's a higher efficiency gain. So that's the middle story. And then maybe to bring it all home, so this is all team data. There was one player, actually, his name's James Harden, that really led this revolution. And I think the cool thing about sports data is, and being able to use a tool like OAC is, it's spatial, right? It's like, yeah, you can say people are doing this and that, but what does that actually mean? So this last graphics here is a stripped down scatter plot, and then I overlaid the court dimensions. So I'm not sure how apparent it is, but the density definitely shifts from the mid across back to the arc. And that's really the name of the game, is that this player embodied this analytical philosophy, and it just carried over. And he actually won the MVP as a result of that, I would argue. And then finally, just one last call out. Fans, of any team like to hark on their star player. So the very last box when it gets there is all the players that played that position on the team over the course of the season, and then use the outlier function or algorithm to encapsulate which ones were statistical outliers. And this gentleman that won the MVP was highlighted by the algorithm as being statistically unprecedented across the team and the league. So anyway, that's the wrap. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Michael. Your work speaks for itself, and it's really nice to be able to display that to the audience. Now, we're going to shift gears to our Oracle winners, but for my audience that is really interested in some of the work they've seen, if you have questions for our speakers, please pop them in the Q&A box. We're going to do our best to save some time right at the end to do some Q&A, so if you do have any questions, pop them in there. Right, onto our 5 Oracle winners. I'm super happy to announce that we have Anisha Patra, Patrick Goubet, Emily Liu, and Gautam Pisharan and William Wandruga to share with you their winning visualizations today. And first up, we have Anisha with her Attrition Pulse newsletter. Anisha, can I get you on Zoom?
Yes, Maddie.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us today. I won't take up more of your time. I will hand over and let you walk us through some of the excellent storytelling you've done with this visualization.
Definitely, Maddie. Hello, everyone. This is Anisha Patra, and I'm a product manager with the Oracle HCM Analytics team. Before I start, a huge congratulations to all the winners. Now, coming directly to my visualization, I chose a topic that is very widely analyzed by the people leaders in any organization, that is attrition. Here, I have tried to tell a story, as Maddie mentioned, using an interactive newsletter format. Rather than opting for a regular dashboard, I wanted to create something that would engage the audience more meaningfully and tell a story. And the best option that I felt was to use a newsletter format, as it allows for a narrative flow and that can also guide the reader through the key insights. To build this newsletter, I have used the dataset provided in the competition, and I've also merged it with some external open source data. And since this is an interactive newsletter, as you would have already seen in the beginning of the video, I have 2 filters in this entire newsletter. And that will allow us to analyze the data based on specific department and job as well. And on the top right corner of this newsletter, I also have attrition legend, where the green color speaks that the workers who are staying, and the red color denotes the workers who have left. I have also used a QR scanner extension, which will help to open the newsletter in the mobile phones. And now coming to my entire story of this newsletter, my entire story has 3 major sections in it: what, where, and how. And starting with what, along with the overview of iteration counts that you can see in the screen right now. My visualization also has a map visualization, which provides which suggests or which gives the counts of employees who have left across various different regions from the country, and it shows where the highest iteration is. Now, moving on to where, the track at a glance section in my newsletter highlights how many workers are leaving versus how many are staying. And each of these graphs are broken down by worker demographics like job, department, etc. And each visualizations also comes with a key insight along with it to help interpret the data better. Now, the next and the most important section of my story is how. Here I am exploring the top key drivers or cause that can lead to attrition, where each of these questions is supported by different graphs and charts. And one of the latest features of OAC that I have incorporated in my newsletter is the show hide feature. When we click on any of these survey filters, the graph below dynamically changes. Additionally, I have also used two other features in this newsletter. First is a drill down to another canvas. A new page with navigation tip opens when we click on this how to navigate button. And the second one is the drill down pop-up. The pop-up action allows to see the list of workers involved, offering detailed insights. So this is all about my visualization. And thank you so much for this opportunity. And over to you, Maddie.
Oh, thank you, Anisha. It's a truly is a really interesting visualization to go into. So people keep an eye on OA Public so that they can jump in and explore your newsletter as you've showcased for us as well, Anisha. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump to another presenter who's also leveraged the kind of dashboard to mobile functionality as well. Patrick, this is a really beautiful visualization that you pulled together. I wonder if you could give the audience a bit of insight into how you created it and how you anticipate your audience will use it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Maddie. I cannot turn on my video, so I'm disabled to do it. So I don't know if you can update that. But yeah, so the goal of the report was to be very effective in the way we provide the insight to the users. I wanted the users to get the insights in the shortest possible time. Yeah, let me turn my video. Yeah, cool, thanks. So yeah, I wanted the users to get the insights in the shortest possible time. So I wanted them to not bother them with descriptions or descriptive titles. So the particularity of this visualization is that on the top left, you have a dynamic text box with the key insights, and I used the parameters with SQL queries inside it. So what you're seeing here, it's a bunch of parameters inside the text that are triggering SQL queries. So then it's become like a dynamic insights text box where a user can directly grab the insights from the data we are seeing. And to get straight to the point, as you can see, I chose like an image that tells immediately what we are talking about. So we know that we are talking about rocket launches. So yeah, so the goal was to be very, very straightforward. I use tooltip to have a nice narrative when you hover all the visualization, visibility parameter. You can see on the bottom right that you can change the charts. You can start from a bar chart to a scatter plot, depending on what kind of visualization you want to see. And more importantly, this is a mobile compatible workbook. So you can open your Oracle Analytics mobile app and you will have the same experience on desktop and on mobile. Same dynamic text box, same interactivity with the visualizations, and same narrative. So the goal was, yeah, first to have straightforward visualization to grab directly the insights and having a nice experience from desktop to mobile.
Oh, Patrick, what a fabulous viz. Thank you so much for bringing that together for Patrick. So many oh, sorry, I think we've got I think you might still be on let me just mute you. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Just one thing before I hand over to Will, who's our next prize speaker, is that Patrick has suggested maybe having a special award for mobile analytics next year. So do keep an eye on that, users. And if you're interested in developing your experience with the Oracle Analytics mobile app, now might be a good time to get some practice in. I'm going to hand over to William Wandaruga, who's provided this fabulous dashboard on spending analysis. Will, are you with us today?
Hey, Maddie, I'm here.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us on the Zoom. Now, I'd love to just give you the opportunity to talk about your visualization, especially considering how much you kept that kind of user friendliness in mind when it comes to this viz. I'll hand over.
Yeah, I wanted to let the user explore the dashboard through the different canvases via easy navigation menu, easy to look at color palette. The use of blank space is very important to me, so we can focus on the different charts. And I actually use very simple charts so they can be understood easily. Line bars, tiles for KPIs, so nothing extravagant, but just bringing it all together. The spending analytics provides a visual overview of spending over time to help users track and manage their financial habits. It includes key metrics such as total spending, category, cost center, by cost center by products, suppliers breakdown, and trends for financial decision making. Again, we included all type of chart from basic to more advanced, like a Sankey chart for extra points from the challenge, including also a 3 months forecast for suppliers spending. Again, all while experiencing easy menu navigation, comparing current spending to previous years, using conditional formatting for easy comprehension as well. You're going to see some red and greens wherever we went better or worse than the previous year. In every one of my canvas, I highlighted a central chart, highlighted that's the starting point. And once you navigate through those, all the other KPIs or charts update as the user makes the selection. All canvas are hidden and allowing the user to only navigate through the navigation menu. Branding is important to me, so that's why I put the title with the company name and also the logo of the challenge in the bottom for again additional shameless points. Icons, they drive the attention to the user, so I wanted to put icons wherever I could. And custom tooltips was very important for me as well. That's one of the features that I like the most from OAC. And yeah, I just want to make it an easy experience without providing too many instructions, just letting the user take over and explore all these different canvas and the individual charts. That's pretty much for me. I want to thank the product team for allowing us to participate and for the ongoing releases that provide us with more OAC features every month. Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much, Will. And I think you're absolutely right. You can really see how intentionally you've built out those boards to be a really nice experience for users to use. They feel like they're information dense, but without being overwhelming. And they really do incorporate, as you say, a load of really useful features from conditional formatting, custom tooltips, and as you mentioned, with more of the fun designs. Nice to know you were playing the game with the Oracle logo as well. We love to award points intentionally. Fabulous. We're going to jump to Emily's win now. Emily, are you with us on the call?
Yep, I'm here.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Emily. You have designed a really beautiful and striking dashboard that actually incorporates and showcases OAC's ability to leverage machine learning models as part of the analysis. I'm going to just hand over to you and give you an opportunity to share a bit about your visualization.
Yeah, sure. So I think healthcare has been really interesting to me, and I feel like there's a lot of potential for machine learning's role in healthcare. I know there's already some use cases of how it's used now, but I think it's really cool that OAC has this like feature you can build the machine learning model directly in the platform. So you don't have to like have that strong of a background experience in programming languages to do that. So I just wanted to show how the training data and then the sample data that was built, that was predicted from the machine learning model was pretty accurate. So there's like the brushing, if you select anything from the scatter plot above, which is showing the blood sodium levels over age, and then comparing that between the two data samples, like you can see for the training data, this is what it actually was, but then OAC is able to actually predict that pretty well. And then another thing I was keeping in mind with like the healthcare aspect is the color scheme. So I feel like when you think about healthcare, some common colors might come to mind are blue and red. So those are the colors I chose. And then I think the Sankey chart also with that color scheme, it kind of looks like veins, which is just lending into that aspect. But I think having that combination of like color with theme of the healthcare data set makes it more impactful for healthcare practitioners and clinicians to like kind of have an idea of what they're looking at and focus better on what aspects or what insights they can get from the dashboard.
Oh, Emily,
then,
thank you so
yeah.
much for doing it so concisely. And I think the color scheme and the themes were definitely something that was pulled out alongside obviously how well you built out your analysis. Sorry, I've interrupted you there. Were there other features you wanted to jump in on?
No, that's okay. That's all I had. Oh, I did want to say thank you for this opportunity because I do use OIC in my day-to-day work, but this was a chance to look more into other features that OIC has, and this machine learning model capability is something I might look into to apply to actual work. So that was cool.
Oh, that's fabulous. Emily, I speak for the whole analytics organization when I say we're really excited to see what else you create. So thank you for taking the time to build something, and we're really glad to be able to showcase your work.
Yeah, sure.
Well, moving on to another winner who has incorporated advanced features into their visualization, I'm going to call on our final winner for the session, and that is Mr. Gautam Pisharam. Gautam, have I got you on live?
Oh, yes.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us so late into your evening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to hand over to you to tell the audience how you leveraged OAC and incorporated several advanced geo and spatial features.
So, hello to everyone. Glad to be part of the community. Let's grow together. My theme for the competition was, it's about one of the most iconic voyages in the history. I'm trying to tell a visual storytelling of the ship Titanic, the entire route it took, even the route map of the iceberg that actually hit the actual ship. And I got this idea when I was trying to create something personal or as part of the Valentine's Day. And I personally love traveling or music or movies. So I obviously wanted to create something out of my personal interest and wanted to also mix from a technical perspective. So maps was the first choice, but not just creating a map, but maybe I wanted to visually tell an emotional journey told through the space and time. So I also geotagged all the emotional scenes from the movie Titanic. So every route is a story and every dot is actually a scene with the sentiment analysis. Now, I also wanted to make it a bit more minimalistic, but then once I started exploring the different information that we have available as part of the internet, it was quite interesting. Say, for example, there are many websites with the different route map of the Titanic. So it's available as part of the Oracle Analytics public. So people who are interested in taking a looking at this canvas, they can zoom in into all the ports. So I actually drew the route map by hand, and it took me full 2 days to draw the entire route by hand. And there are like open websites available like wicketmap.com or Scribble Maps, which allows you to draw shapes on top of maps. So basically, drew the entire route of Titanic by hand using one of the website, and then also leveraged some of the Python scripts because I came across some research articles which then spoke about the movement path of the iceberg. And since it was a research article, the kind of image was not that great. But then we have technology which will translate image or a line that is drawn on an image into a very specific spatial format that we now support in Oracle Analytics, which we call as geometry data type. So basically, I leveraged a mix of some very interesting tools that is available online, which will allow you to draw the map, which will allow you to convert lines into a very specific format using Python scripts, and then it's very easy to get it into Oracle Analytics. So once you zoom in, so you would also notice all the different emotions. So it's basically geotagged with all the emotions, like starts with the excitement when Jack was winning the ticket with his friend. And then as and when we progress, I also assumed the locations of the different movie scenes, be it the emotional scenes, be it the romantic scenes, or once you actually zoom into the collision spot, I have actually drawn where it actually collides with the iceberg, and then the unfinished voyage. So it actually illustrates where Carpathia was originally located, how it came close to the Titanic. And then since I'm from India, I was not really aware of the location of Statue of Liberty. And then I came to know there is a scene wherein they show it as a symbol of resilience, wherein the survivors who are coming in Carpathia were looking at the Statue of Liberty in the morning. So I had to locate where Statue of Liberty is and then draw the map again opposite to it. Then found out where it got locked in the end. So it basically like it was a very interesting personal experience trying to be not like artistic, but I wanted to mix that art concept wherein it allows users to create something on a map visualization. So that's what it
Oh,
is.
Gautam, it's truly lovely, and I think you can definitely refer to this as art. It's incredible, and the things you learn when creating data visualizations, that's fabulous to hear. Thank you so much for your work, and as you mentioned, users can I think already access this in the OA Live gallery and have a little play around, because it is really fun to see how you've mapped on those emotions of this beautiful but tragic story. Fabulous. Thank you, Gautam. Excellent. So before we move into any questions that may have come in while we've been sharing, I want to just give the audience a quick heads up that we actually are in need of your support. We have shared with you the top 15 visualizations that we as the Oracle Analytics team feel are truly exemplary from this competition, but there are so many more visualizations on the community gallery, and we need to find a community favorite. So if you log on to the Oracle Analytics community site, you will find the Oracle Analytics Data Visualization Gallery, which is full of loads of submissions, some from our winners, some not, some from predating the competition, but mostly, well, completely from the Oracle Analytics community. We want you to jump into the gallery, like as many of them that you find compelling, maybe click on them, have a read from the author, leave them a comment, share some feedback, but mainly just give us those likes to let us know which ones you really enjoy and think of as excellent examples of what you can do with OAC. Once we have all of those votes, by next Friday, the 11th of April, we will be announcing and assigning our community favorite, in addition to all of the winners that we've seen today. So there is still the opportunity to be crowned as part of the Data Visualization Challenge, but we need you guys to go out and share those votes for us. And at this point, I think I'm going to hand over to Alex and ask if there are any questions in the Q&A we want to be bringing up for our winners.
Thanks, Maddie. That was really great to see all of the possibilities with Oracle Analytics that our winners did. Some really inspiring work. Again, you can check it out in the Data Visualization Gallery. Like, comment, share some feedback, and of course, you can also post your own there as well. It's really fun to go through and take a look at those and get some explanation behind it. So please go in there and share and like. Let's see if we have any questions. If you have a question about any of the data visualizations that you saw today, any features, anything, inspiration, please put it in the Q&A. We'll bring on our winners to discuss a little bit.
And I think just to note, while people are maybe getting their thoughts together, we've had some really interesting comments in the chat. First of all, lots of congratulations going around to our winners, but also requests that we sit down with our winners on webinars to really deconstruct from start to finish how they built out their dashboards. And I will be definitely exploring that possibility. So stay tuned on that one. Overall, it looks like some really, really lots of positivity in the chat about the work we've seen today. We also have a question in the Q&A box, more for the Oracle Analytics team than our winners, about what resources and training materials do we recommend for onboarding report developers new to OAC. Well, I'm sure many people on the call have points to say around this. There is a training tab on the Oracle Analytics community site, and there you'll be able to find the Getting Started with OAC certification, which I think has been recently refreshed by the training group, but I think that's the case. And that's not all. We also have regular training webinars that are advertised via the training forum and the events forum in the Oracle Analytics community site. So Patrick, I thoroughly recommend checking those out, as well as just getting involved with some of the other training materials online. We also have things like live labs, which include kind of workshops and short tutorial videos. So essentially, go digging. There's a lot for you to find. But if you have further questions, pop me a message on the community site and we'll connect you with someone who can talk to
And
you.
there is also a training forum. So inside the community website, at the top, you have a menu for training. You have also a menu for resources. But if you scroll down, you will see at the right, there is a training forum where you can ask any question that you might have during your training. So if you want to know how to create a fact, a dimension, or a Sankey, you go, you ask, and even Maddie will be monitoring that overnight and reply right away.
Excellent. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. We've got a question on how the machine learning was included with OAC. Emily, I think that might be a question for you. For this particular opportunity, how did you include that machine learning model for your visualization?
Yeah, so once you have a sample data set, there's this feature in OAC like called a data flow. So you first train the model, like you feed the data set to the model and then it'll train it and then it creates like the actual model. And then once you run that, it will then create the I think you have to also have the unseen data set. So that once you feed that into the actual model, it will create some metrics for how accurate the model is, and then also create the data set with the predictive values. So it's mostly like through the data flows.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Emily. And there are definitely training sessions in the community on how you can leverage those machine learning features as well. And that's not the only place that we find machine learning and AI within Oracle Analytics. It's also available within the data visualization functionality with various right-click features as well. But again, you can find more on that on the training tab as well. Are there any other questions for our winners?
One in the chat, someone asked also, are we going to have a recording of this session? So yes, that will be on the community website. I think Maddie will do an announcement also. So you will have an announcement, you will have a video in the video section, and that will be available probably today or tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Fabulous. Well, I think by the looks of it, the audience have had their questions asked thus far, but absolutely don't think that we're done promoting and publicizing this work. We'll have the community favorite announcement next Friday, so make sure you get your votes in between now and then. And we will also keep providing you more updates on various visualizations that have been submitted and created as part of this competition. Alex, I will stop sharing and I will hand over to you to wrap up or provide any other content.
All right, everyone, that concludes our webinar for today. I hope you found it inspirational. We'll definitely try to get some of those sessions on with our winners. They can break down and show you how they actually built their dashboards. But that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.